So welcome back. This is the first lesson in week 2, and in this lesson we're going to learn about hexadecimal numbers. You may already know these already, and in that case this will just refresh your memory. In this lesson you'll find out what hexadecimal is, and we'll learn about how to convert easily between hexadecimal and decimal numbers. Hexadecimal is base 16. That means it has 16 digits and the column values are powers of 16. Why do we have to learn hexadecimal in computer science? Well, obviously binary numbers are used inside the computer, but it's very easy to convert hexadecimal numbers to binary numbers. And hexadecimal numbers are much easier for us to read and write than binary numbers. So for convenience, hexadecimal numbers are used a lot by programmers. You may remember that last week when we looked at Unicodes, the Unicode values were shown as hexadecimal by the Unicode Consortium. The hexadecimal system has 16 digits. The first 10 digits, 0 through to 9, are just the same as decimal, but there are an extra 6 digits, A to F, which represent the values 10 to 15. The place values are powers of 16. Those look like large numbers, but don't panic because in everything that we'll be doing in A level, you'll only be looking at 2 digits at the most. So this example here is 1 in the 16s column and 5 in the units column, so that this number represents 21 in hexadecimal. Well, let's look more carefully at how we can convert hexadecimal numbers to decimal numbers and then the reverse. So to do this, we look at the values of the 2 hexadecimal digits that make up the number. We multiply the first of these values by 16 and then add the 2 values together. That's literally all there is to it. So let's just look at 2 or 3 examples. So for example, what if we were given the hexadecimal number 49 and we had to convert that into a decimal number? The first value is in the 16s column, so we multiply 4 by 16. That gives us 64. 9 is in the units column, so we don't multiply it by anything, it's just 9 times 1 is 9. And then we add those two numbers together. 64 plus 9 makes 73. So 49 in hexadecimal is the same as 73 in decimal. Or the number 2b. We multiply 2 by 16 to give 32. B is equivalent to 11. Add those together and the value is 43. So 2b in hexadecimal is the same as 43 in decimal. And one final example, AE. A represents 10. It's in the 16s column, so 10 times 16 is 160. E is 14. Add 160 and 14, and the answer is 174. So AE in hexadecimal is the same as 174 in decimal. You won't be surprised by this. Here's a test. Have a little go at these. With any luck, we'll be able to do this in the lesson face to face, and then we can mark each other's. But if not, have a go yourself. Pause the video now and write down your answers, and I'll show them on the next screen. So there are the answers. I hope you got those right. If you didn't, go back and see what you got wrong and have another go. And we'll also learn how to convert a decimal number to hexadecimal. An easy way to do it is using div and mod. So divide the number by 16 using integer division. The integer result, which we could also call the quotient, goes in the 16s column, and the remainder, the mod, goes in the ones column. Let's look at a couple of examples. So the number 20, if we wanted to convert the decimal number 20 into hexadecimal, 20 divided by 16 is 1, remainder 4. Put those together and you get 14. Notice we're not adding them, we're concatenating them, 1 and then 4. So the answer is 1, 4. Here's a bigger example, 165. 165 div 16 is 10, 160, with 5 remaining. 10 is A in hexadecimal, so the answer is A5. One more example, 60. 60 div 16 is 3, with a remainder of 12. 12 is C in hexadecimal, so 3 and 12 is 3C. Here's a test. Convert all of these numbers from decimal to hexadecimal. If you're doing this on your own, pause the video now and write the answers. I'll show you the answers in a couple of moments. So here are the answers. I hope you got those right. If you didn't, go back and check what went wrong, because this will come up in the test. And as always, I'm going to leave you with a programming task to keep your programming skills sharp, so you can write a Python program that converts between decimal and hexadecimal and vice versa. Okay, now in the next lesson, we'll look at how to convert between hexadecimal and binary.